Hello and welcome. This is etcd community meeting. Today is January 12th. Happy New Year, and I think we can start with the first topic. I've seen Vikas. Are you here?
Yeah, hi Marek, this is Vikas. How's everyone doing? I wish you a very happy new year.
Okay. Do you want to discuss the what?
This is a quick one. We brought it up in the last meeting about our need for supporting ARM64. So we discussed that the next step should be going and creating an umbrella issue. So I was looking at that and I already found another issue which was filed. So I was just curious to know if someone in the community is already supporting this. Uh, yeah, if there is anyone, we would like to collaborate and work together on this.
Mm, I don't. I mean, the issue was created like 2 months ago. I don't think there was a lot of movement. So I would assume, like by default, I would assume if you assign yourself, maybe we can always do some call for contributors if you, but but I haven't seen anyone working on ARM.
Sure. So we will tag along on this request, and will start driving this. Thank you.
Great.
Just wanted to check on this forum. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay. So if anyone interested, please. Okay, Piotr, do you want to take over?
So, topic close to etcd, like recently there was some work done in Bbolt, or like the last Bbolt release was 2 years ago, or even 2020. So I think we are going to soon close the patch release that actually accommodates a lot of changes. But luckily, like most of the changes are in the area of command line tools, or at least the recent ones. So they should not have reliability impact. There are some bug fixes, mostly for the rollback scenarios in the that protects against panics, or even maybe, who knows, memory corruption. So I think it's good time to have the release soon.
Yeah. Great to hear that.
Are there any critical fixes that are in, or just curious? You mentioned corruption.
Maybe it's the recency bias, but like Benjamin committed or have already approved patch that fixes the panic behavior in case, as I said, in case of failing syscalls. So it's hard to assess how serious these panics are. Like, if they are only panics, it's very bad, but if we have no space on disk or no memory, then it's not much we can do about this. If these are races that are leading to a memory stamping, then it's critical. Unfortunately, we don't have good integration tests in Bbolt for the failing scenarios. So these issues were not like reproduced in the wild to see what are the most catastrophic situation that can come out of them. If anyone is willing to invest some time into mimicking such scenarios, like either mounting, like preparing scripts that mount some file system in user space, or limit the resources using container configuration, or maybe Golang settings, but I don't think that would be sufficient actually, then I think it's a great area for investment, both in Bbolt alone and in etcd. Like in etcd, we had like potentially similar issues recently related to the truncation of the wall lock if we are out of disk space. So having tests on this extreme conditions might discover some bugs.
Okay. Is this the issue that you opened just recently, like a couple hours ago?
On the Bbolt, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I'll try to take a look. Not sure if I'm gonna make some progress there, but
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, are there any other topics or questions that we can help with? Anyone new who wants to say hello? Okay.
Well, since we have time a little bit, one topic is that you recently open issue for Mark is the time to run the new tests. I was actually looking into increasing the timeout, which so I don't know, maybe you can talk about that a little bit, if there's anything.
Yeah, I mean, so the issue that is for everyone to be clear, the issue is about reducing runtime for the linear usability tests. I mean, I expect to already get a big improvement based on naive solution. I found something that just seemed unrelated, but apparently end-to-end tests or running end-to-end binary can stopping the cluster setup with end-to-end tests can be a little bit slow. So I expect this should give us a big heads up that would be needed. I don't know if there will be more things needed, but if you're interested in performance, I think there is already Foo is already interested in performance, so it'd be good to at least understand the performance characteristic there. So I don't like already 3 people at least are in this space. I don't know if
yeah, I'm actually more interested. So I have I was gonna submit a PR to add more tests about the snapshots, and there I need to basically stop and start the node to trigger the condition. So I noticed is actually is slow. So, and I had to increase the trigger timeout, which I guess is not good. So I was looking into that a little bit, but I mean, if somebody, yeah, if there's improvement there. So I was a little bit hesitant to submit the PR because I to increase the timeout. So that's why I'm asking. But I guess I'm just going to submit as a draft and maybe.
Yeah, I think if we have a scenario that, I mean, I would not treat current, let's say, setup as authoritative. I just picked doing 50 iteration, or I mean, yeah, 50 iteration based on the capacity back then. I expect it will be tweaked over time because current scenarios are pretty simple, like just injecting a failure. But like I expect with snapshots, or if you're talking about like synchronize snapshots between members due to disconnection, this this is a great test, and also that would definitely, I expect, will take some time, additional time. So I would prefer to reduce number of iteration and get this test no matter what, because like it's hard. It's hard to. I mean, it will be hard to get timings really narrow. So I would prefer the test to be stable and like understood, instead of like trying to hit some performance or like test or some bar of, oh, test needs to take 5 seconds and no longer. If you are looking about, if for you shutdown, you mentioned that shutdown is slow. I recently added proxy and network black holing, which should get the same result. And I would want to have both. If we talk about member snapshots or synchronization of member or lagging member from leader, I would want to have both scenarios for if the member just was died and didn't for some longer time. That would be one scenario. And second scenario, if it was a split brain, so the member was disconnected from the cluster.
Right.
So if you think that the shutdown is slower, maybe the black holing should work.
Well,
and don't think we just need to add a code that verifies that there was enough. I mean, there was enough transactions to make sure that the member synchronizes from snapshot, and maybe check a log. I would like, for those tests, I would always want to check, like, confirm our assumption that the member was started from snapshot.
Yeah. Okay. I'll submit. Like, I'll tag you along. I actually tried the black hole already. It actually didn't work for me. I'm still looking into that. Maybe I set something up wrong. So, but yeah, I noticed that that got merged. So that's great. Thank you. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Any other topics we could? Still 15 minutes. Okay. Okay, I think that would be all for today. If you have any topics or you don't want to discuss them openly, please feel free to ask questions directly to maintainers if you want. But if you're too shy to talk openly, but with that, I think we can finish for today. Thanks everyone for meeting, and see you next month.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marek. Thanks, everyone.